Hey friend, it is another Rise and Shine Stories interview. We have done a few in the past, and today we are interviewing another gal. Let me invite her in so that I can start this interview. You are gonna love today. So if you have not watched these interviews, whole series is about quick, powerful chats with women who help remind us that it's never too late to rise and shine higher. So, hello, Kim. Welcome to today's interview of Rise and Shine Stories.
Hello.
So, I'm
Thank you
glad
so much for
technology.
having me.
Yeah, I'm glad technology is in our favor today,
It's
and that you were able to
working.
join.
I love
So
it.
for those of you who don't know Kim is the business owner of CNVS Nails, and so I was just giving an introduction of the whole series of what this whole purpose is just to help inspire and spark some fire in us to rise and shine more in our life. So Kim, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. For those of us who don't know you, tell us about where you live, about your family, what led you to the life of nails.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I think it's wonderful to share stories of women that are just trying to do something a little different and outside, like you said, outside the comfort zone. And I'm definitely most days of the week outside of my comfort zone. And this is a great way to help share stories. And I just really, I love this for women. It's just so important. So, actually am in the Midwest. I am right outside of Kansas City. So, of course, everybody knows where Kansas City is because, the Chiefs and Taylor Swift and just life. But we actually live on the Kansas side. So, Kansas City is the border of Kansas and Missouri. And we actually live about 20 minutes outside of Kansas City. And that's where our warehouse is. And I have three grown children. We're empty nesters. And they're spread out. Two are in college and one's getting married, so we're in the thick of it. And then I started in the nail business because I applied to be an assistant to the original founder. She wanted to start a new brand, and I had followed her other brand that she also had began and was successful. And I was like, you know what, this is great. Like, I didn't even know what it would be. Honestly, I walked in, had no idea. And I was hired to assist on growing this brand, and it turned into now full ownership. And
So crazy.
it's crazy. It's a crazy story, but I'm so happy that I took the leap and gave it a go.
I know, because just think if you were too scared to take that step forward, you wouldn't be where you are right now. Like we get to a
Yes.
point in life where we just have to take the leap.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I'm so glad you did because canvas nails are amazing. So
Thank you.
I love that your background is in graphic design. Did
Mhm.
you originally like want to be an assistant because of your graphic design background?
Well, so I've always been a freelance designer. In the beginning, right out of college, I always did like jobs on the side. I had worked for other companies, but it was one of those things. I worked in the outdoor industry and the hunting industry, if you can,
This
like
is totally different.
complete completely different genre of, the target market is nothing like nails, let's just put it that way. So I kind of was ready to try something different, maybe use my creativity in a different way. And beauty seemed to be like, I just assumed that the founder was doing beauty. I had no idea, honestly, because her other business is a beauty brand. And I was like, I'm going to try this. And it worked out. And so, yeah, I mean, part of the reason that wanted to do it was because my design skills offered a little bit of a different perspective, I feel like, because you need to know packaging, you need to know what it looks like on a shelf, you need to know how it's going to entice a customer. And so I feel like my background had a lot of skills that maybe not everybody that's going to be an assistant is going to have.
Hmm.
So
I
so
love
yeah,
that
I
because
feel like
we can always add to someone else's strengths. Like, and
yes,
so even though you didn't like found the product, you
yes,
still helped build the brand because of your own strengths. And I love that.
Yes.
Like we all need
Thank
each
you.
other. We need each other
Yes.
to lift each other
Yeah.
up.
I mean, nothing can be done on your own. I don't care what anyone says. You got to have a good, strong team, and
Absolutely.
you can't succeed without help.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just community. That's also another big
Takes
thing.
a
Is that
village.
it does. It does. So,
So
yeah.
was there a moment where you were like, okay, this is what I am meant to do? Like you were like, you kind of went into it like, maybe this could be fun. But then was there a moment at which you were like, okay, I'm all in, like this is it. I feel called to this.
Yes and no. I mean, I think we're still in a foundation stage of our business. We're still such a new company and a baby. And it's so funny because at the stage that we're in, there are some days where I'm like, what did I do? Like, holy cow, this is crazy. But for the most part, I feel like just drawn to be in a situation that's bigger than just, I don't know, just doing work for other people.
Mhm.
Regardless of what Canvas becomes, I now have more skills than I ever would have had if I wouldn't have said yes. And I feel strongly about this brand. I think it's an amazing product that people don't not enough people know about, obviously. I mean, like I said, still small, but I'm glad that I went full fledged and just took the chance, took the risk, because it is a risk. And I don't think people realize that when they are building a company.
Mhm.
It's not always easy, but at the same time, there are so many highlights. And just, I mean, like the customers, oh my gosh, like it just makes me smile every single day, to touch someone that maybe you just don't know what makes people happy,
Yeah.
what
Well,
might
and
sit.
I like what you said too, is like you went into this like even if it fails years down the road, but like you still learn something in the process. You still
Yes.
grow and you still it's not for naught. So
Yes.
I think as women we just want things to go perfectly and we want to
Yes.
control everything. But if
Yes.
we can just step back and think, okay, I'm going to try this and I'm just going to see what I can learn from it and where it
Yes.
goes. And I think that's a
Yes.
healthy perspective.
Yes. And I think that's really when anybody jumps into something like this, they have to be prepared for a little bit of the bad, alongside the good. There's so much
Mhm.
good. I mean, I obviously want that to outweigh the bad every day of the week. But in
Yeah.
reality, it's not always easy. But
Yeah, it's not
I
all
I just
butterflies and roses.
I do love packing orders.
So good. So, I know that a lot of us have tried press on nails, right?
Mhm. Yes.
And love or hate them, whatever. But
Yes.
I personally, I'm very disappointed in all the press on nails that I've ever tried. What would you say
Yes.
makes Canvas a game changer?
Okay, that is a great question. So part of my role in all of this when I began was the custom fit part. So Canvas is custom nail veneer system. That's what it stands for, CNVS, just to clarify that for everyone. And the problem with a press on or even a gel extension is their sizes are so limited. And you feel like you get either long talons or you get nubs. There's really not a whole like medium length for what I want to say is midlife women. I
Mhm.
and granted, the founder and myself we weren't like in our 20s creating this, so we're creating it kind of for ourselves in a sense. And so the custom was actually custom fit. So our sizes 1 through 30, I designed them on a computer
Oh,
with
wow.
Illustrator. Like they are not something that just came out of a manufacturer and said, here you go, here's 15 generic sizes that everyone uses. We like thought the process through. We sized them, in a certain way and actually like measured our fingers, measured the length. I mean, it was a whole process. So I feel like people don't realize that the fit of a press on isn't made for them. It's
Mhm.
made for whatever the manufacturer said. So and they're also not as thick. A lot of press-ons and even gel extensions are just super thick, and these are more of a natural feel, and the length's a little bit natural. The ones we have currently, obviously, and they last. Like the process of what we are doing is more of a salon quality. It's a
Mhm.
salon process. It's not an at-home brush the glue on and stick it on and hope it stays for a week or two. And we are trying to teach that process. It is a learning curve. It isn't the same as a press on. I mean, there's not to say that we might not expand, because let's be honest, people do love press ons, but I
Mhm.
feel like the sizes that we have are what sets us apart from everyone in the subscription model. You get what you want. There's no wasted 30s and 20s and 10s and 7s because you get a pack. But at the same time, I'm going to give a little bit of like a teaser. We're going to have a limited edition come out soon. And you have to try stuff.
Exciting.
You have to try things before you know for sure if you're going to bring it to market. So future styles are probably going to be more like the sizer tools, but you're going to get 30 sizes. You're going to get
Okay.
all the sizes. You can try them, and then we'll see
That's
what happens
awesome.
after
That's
that.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love it that you took a problem that you personally had
Yes.
and you were able to create a solution
Yes.
and create something that's custom. We live in a world that is like, we want quick results, we want
Yes.
immediate pleasure,
Yes.
but like having something customized to us is so much more important. And I love that
Yes.
you were able to create that with your business. That's such a beautiful
Yes.
model.
Well,
I love
and
it.
that shows what graphic design, my back, the history that I have helped create this product that obviously is that one little missing thing that's in the
Hmm.
market that just doesn't really exist. And it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that you can go and buy besides like hand painted ones that people do, but that is still considered a press on.
Well, I personally have used the canvas nails, and mine,
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
gotten a manicure that has lasted, I think, 5 weeks, which is amazing because I can't stand press on nails when they pop off like a week
Yes.
after putting on it. So I do love that they stay really well. And
Yes.
like you said, it is a learning curve, but
It is.
we're so used to like quick satisfaction,
Yes.
and so you do have to learn and we have to
Yes.
educate ourselves. And so
Practice makes perfect, and we do
yeah,
provide a lot of education.
yes, I
That
really
I
do
and I
appreciate that.
I feel like that's something that we want our current customers. I mean, a lot of companies out there are out there trying to get the next, the next, the next, but we personally like to focus on our current customers and
Yeah,
encourage them
nurturing
that
that. Yeah.
there's new ways to do things, and not every way is the right way. Some people do things differently than others, and we encourage, it does take time, it does take practice, but we are here for them always. We have a great help, desk that we're always here. And that's one thing that I'm always very proud about with our
You're
brand.
building a beautiful community. Like I'm part of the Facebook group
Yes.
too. If anyone has a question, they can go into the Facebook group and ask questions, and people are rallying together, answering and
Yes.
saying, "This is what helped me, and this is what I got to work." So I love that. That's a great isn't that what we should be doing on social
Yes.
media and in our businesses? Is creating a community. It's really easy to feel lonely in a
Mm-hmm.
digital world, and so
Mm-hmm.
it's really great to come together and be unified in something. So I think you've done a really
Yes.
great job at that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we do love all our nail girlies. They're just the best ever. All of them. I mean, and everyone's so kind in the group. They're always like, oh, do this or try that. I mean, I just love it. We're very
Yes,
lucky.
so good. Okay, so I know that you personally pack every order, which is wild. But why is that so important to you and to bring fulfillment in-house and keep things so personal?
Well, I took over in January, and when that happened, that was my first plan of action. That was my first like, we're doing this. Our original fulfillment company just didn't do what they needed to be doing to get orders out correctly. Um, and it was not cost effective either. I mean, when end of the day, you got to look at the bottom line. So we rented a warehouse in down the road in Kansas, and I'll be honest, I'm so glad I did. It is probably one of my favorite things every day is to see what everybody's nail sizes are, and there's a big variety, but I also there's like 14 and 15 and 16 are like the numbers that so many people use. So I'm learning so much about the customers, and there's so many of these ladies that connect on Facebook in our community and DM all the time that I'm now like, I feel like I know who they are. Like
Mhm.
it's not just a transactional part of the business anymore. It's now like I feel like I know these ladies, and I'll write them a note and say, thank you so much for supporting me and my small business and this community, because without that, we don't exist. And it's just really important. It's important to connect and pack these orders and touch them and go. I'm going to the office right after this, and I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just love it. I love it. So,
That's beautiful. Instead of like instead of thinking of it as a transaction, it's a
yes,
relationship. Like you are
yes,
grateful for every order, and you see the
yes,
names and you see the order. I think that
yes.
makes it a lot more human and not
It does.
so
It does.
automated.
100. And it's so funny because that's what I think is so great about the subscription too, is it's not just me packing that order and shipping it off. I mean, yeah, there are some that I do that, but there are some women that I feel like I personally know because they message me privately and they're like, "You're doing a great job." They're my biggest cheerleaders. I mean, sometimes they always say you know who your cheerleaders are, either your friends, your family, or even strangers. And so many of these strangers are not what I feel like are strangers anymore. I mean, even you, like, I just feel like I know you, even though we've never met. And it's just, that's what's crazy about social media and
Hmm.
just customers. Like, they are just so amazing. And it just opens my heart up to be so full. So
I
I'm
love
very
it.
blessed. I'm very
That's so
lucky.
beautiful. All right, so you've helped build a brand from scratch. You've navigated a huge transition in the business, and now you're full time in it. So, what advice would you give to a woman who is sitting on a business idea and she's too scared to take the leap?
I would say first and foremost, do your research. Research is key, but I don't think that you can necessarily wait until it's ready because it's really never ready. I mean, I change the website probably every single day. Like, I go in, I mean, people don't realize that, but our website actually makes changes every day that people just don't even know. You will never be ready ever. You will never be 100% ready. And um financially, I think it's a hard thing. Maybe start a little bit smaller with minimum order quantities if you're going to do a product based business. Ask questions, a lot of questions. I just feel like I didn't know a lot of the things that I know now, and I definitely would have made some changes. But for the most part, I think you just got to go for it because you'll never know if you don't give it a try. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a scary thing for me, when the founders decided to step away. I had a few weeks to make a decision and decide whether I wanted to take this on full time. And my husband and my family, luckily, were very supportive and said, if you don't do it, you'll always look back and say, what if?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what happens, failure or flop, or sorry, I didn't even say that right. Whether you're a failure or you're fantastic, you just don't know unless you give it a try. So I'm glad I went for it. It's still very scary because it is very new, but it's Q4. It's going to be great.
Yes. Well,
It's holiday season. Everybody's looking
and
for something new and different.
you lived in like regret, then that's not a way to live. Like live
Yes.
with like what if?
Yes.
Like I like this is
Exactly.
awesome. Like what could go wrong? No, what could go right? Like what
Right.
can I learn from this and how can I learn and grow? And so yes, I love that you
100%.
that's such great business advice.
It's just one of those things I don't think they teach you in business school, and I didn't even go to business school. So I feel like that's the scariest part for me, is not knowing a lot of those smaller things. But I think you learn as you go, and that's
You
just
learn
as
as you go.
important.
Yeah. It's life skills,
It
That's
is.
that's the best type of education is getting your hands dirty
A
and
hundred
getting to
percent.
work.
I've
Yeah.
learned more in the last 9 months than I probably learned in my first 49 years of life.
Seriously. Yes. So
So just
true.
by growing a business.
Yes. So how has this journey changed you, not just professionally, but personally?
Oh, I feel like I have a lot more, I don't know. Gosh, that's a hard question. I feel like personally, I've had to be, like we talked about, a risk taker, and I am not a risk taker. I'm very cautious. So I feel like it's opened up myself in life and in business to go and just go for it. And I think part of that is with age too. I mean, don't you feel as you age, you're
Yes.
kind of like, whatever, just do it
You
because
just stop thinking,
tomorrow
caring about what
isn't
people think.
guaranteed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just have become, I don't know, like not necessarily like throw all caution to the wind, but you just become a little bit braver, like a little bit
right.
more like I can do
Yes.
this. I can figure this out.
Yes. 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 I mean, I feel like this business has just taught me so much about people too, and how not everyone is out to get you. Like not everyone's your competition. I guess that's what I want to say. We can all coexist in this world of business because there's a lot of people that maybe in your same industry that are cheering you on just as much as you are them. And collaboration, wow, what an amazing thing it is to collaborate with other like-minded women and businesses out there. So it's been great.
Yeah, we rise when we lift each other up, not when we're like trying to compete with each other. You know,
Yes.
we can all rise together. It's not like
Yes.
just because someone else is successful doesn't mean that you can be successful. And so that is great to like lift each other up in our own businesses
Yes.
and endeavors. Yes, I love that.
Yes.
So, are you an almond fan or a square nail fan?
Almond.
Almond. I,
Almond. I'm not going
I,
to, it's a quick sneak peek because we just had a
oh,
big product.
oh, ooh, so you have something a little
Yes,
sneaky on
we
your
had a
nails,
product
huh?
photo shoot yesterday, and yeah, we're so excited. We're
Oh,
so
that's
ready
exciting.
for
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Do
So
you prefer to do like the nail just plain and classic, or do you like to paint stuff on it too?
I, for the most part, because of the business, I keep them plain. But
Mhm.
honestly, when I love to paint them, but I'm not a big design girl, believe it or not, as a graphic designer. I don't know, something about I just like a good, nice, solid color. So, but yes, I do love to paint them, and I think that's what's also unique about our product is you can leave them as is, or you can paint them.
That's what
So,
I prefer. I prefer to leave them as is because it's just a
yes.
very classy,
Oh,
very like timeless look, and you just look so polished and put together. Like it's
yes.
yeah, I like it
Yes.
personally. It's
I mean,
without.
I personally never had like great health. I mean, my nails were healthy, but they always like would split or, so this is just so nice when you want to put them on and just go as they are. And it doesn't
Mhm.
take a whole lot of extra effort.
Yeah,
So,
so true. Well, what does it mean to rise and shine for you in your season of life?
oh, I think every day when you wake up, you just have to be grateful for your family, for the life that you have now in the moment because there's a lot going on in the world that I think you just have to be grateful for what you have. And when to shine in this world, you have to be out there. You have to speak your feelings and be kind and be gracious. I think that's how I like to live my life. And I hope that other people see that in me as well.
Hmm. They
Um,
do. Absolutely.
so
That's what I think has drawn me to your brand is because I see your heart and people feel that. And so that's what we need more in this life is to just show up authentically and beautifully and kind.
yes,
And that's how we're going to build our communities.
yes. And that's exactly how I feel. I just want everyone to feel welcome in our space. And I hope that everyone truly does feel that way.
Well,
So
thank you so much, Kim. You are truly a bright light in the social media community and in business. Is there anything else that you want to leave us with as we end, or do you just want to say amen? That's it.
yeah. No, I mean I want people to know that women, no matter what your age, 18 to 50 to 70, we have some beautiful women that wear our nails that are in their 70s. Like you can do it. You can do hard things. And that's what I just want everyone to get from this is you can do hard things. Success or failure, it's going to be okay.
Mhm.
You have a support system somewhere out there. So, and I feel like I have that within Canvas, which is amazing.
Well, thank you so much for taking
Thank
the time to
you.
share your story with us. I don't know about anyone else watching, but I feel uplifted and I feel inspired to do something hard and to get outside of your comfort zone because you will never learn and grow if you don't take the leap, if you don't
That's
get outside of your comfort zone.
100%.
So share this with a friend, refer back to it, and go check out Canvas Nails and see the beautiful company that Kim is polishing and
Oh, we're working
perfecting.
hard.
And I hope you all have a great day and keep rising and keep shining.
Thank you so
Bye.
much, Joellen.
See ya.
Have a good one. Bye
You
bye.
too.